Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support them. The Young and the Restless spoilers preview week of full June, 15 to 1 92026. Welcome back to our channel, besties. Today is a beautiful, chaotic day to dive headfirst into the absolute madness of Genoa City. Grab your iced coffees, secure your wigs, and strap in, because the tea we are serving today is piping hot and ready to spill. Let's get right into it. You guys, I am deceased. I am literally filming this while I am running errands, dodging shopping carts in the parking lot, because I just had to jump on here and vent before my brain actually explodes. Stop what you are doing. We need to talk about this now. I am literally shaking over what is happening right now in Genoa City. Billy Abbott is straight up losing his mind and getting completely furious with Lily Winters, and I am personally attacked by this entire interaction. Like, bestie, be for real right now. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over my expensive rug when I saw this scene because I literally had to yeet my phone across the room. Billy is genuinely out here acting like he is the victim in every single scenario, and I cannot even handle the sheer audacity of this man. Lily is standing there, probably looking flawless as always, carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, and he is just projecting all of his chaotic, unhinged energy onto her. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Billy is always doing this. He gets stressed, he spirals, and then he takes it out on the women in his life who actually have their lives together. It is giving major, I cannot even, energy, and I am so done with him. He is officially on my do not perceive list. I am calling it. His villain arc is about to go nuclear if he doesn't check his attitude. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but my brain is completely buffering right now. Let's talk about the hospital drama, because it is genuinely giving me whiplash and I am living for the corporate medical aesthetics. Nate Hastings, who, let's be entirely honest, always has some kind of ulterior motive brewing behind those calculating eyes, has literally recommended Dr. Stephanie Simmons for the head of department position at Memorial Hospital. I mean, good for her, we absolutely love a girl boss moment, but you just know Nate is playing 4D chess with this hospital hierarchy. Stephanie was totally stressing about it, which is honestly so unhinged because she is incredibly qualified and literally just helped facilitate a massive medical breakthrough for Malcolm Winters. But she went and talked to Holden Novak about it. Holden, being the absolute supportive king that he is, basically told her she needs to take it. He encouraged her to step into her power, and I am totally living for this supportive dynamic amidst all the other toxic relationships in this town. So, Stephanie goes back to Nate to deliver the good news that she is officially accepting the position. And the vibes in that room were just, wow. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. The way Nate smiled when she told him, genuinely chilling. But honestly, I got completely distracted during that scene because there was this weird beeping noise in the background of the hospital set, and the lighting was giving this weird fluorescent green aesthetic that made everyone look like they hadn't slept in a decade. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, but seriously, whoever is doing the set design for the hospital needs to be investigated immediately. Anyway, Stephanie is the new head of the department, and I am manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update when all the hospital politics inevitably go completely off the rails and ruin everyone's lives. You guys, send help. My soul has actually left my physical body. We urgently need to discuss Phyllis Summers, because the delusion is not just a river in Egypt. It is a full-blown, raging ocean in Genoa City. Phyllis is currently wandering around town, throwing the most massive, cinematic pity party I have ever witnessed in my entire life, whining and complaining to the high heavens about all of her so-called losses. She is legit acting like she is some kind of tragic heroine who sacrificed herself for the greater good by returning Newman Enterprises to Victor. Bestie, please. You only gave the company back because Victor literally cornered you with AI-generated evidence and threatened to throw you in a federal prison cell. It was not an altruistic, selfless act of bravery. She is straight up trying to spin this narrative that she is a martyr, and I am screaming into a pillow right now. Phyllis genuinely thinks her kids are going to look at her and be like, wow, Mom, you are so brave for handing over a stolen conglomerate to avoid wearing an orange jumpsuit for the rest of your natural life. Daniel is literally standing right there, dealing with his own massive emotional mess and getting friend-zoned by Tessa, and Phyllis expects him to be impressed by her forced surrender? I am hyperventilating right now. The sheer lack of self-awareness is astronomical. She is complaining to anyone who will listen about the unfairness of life, completely ignoring the fact that she dug this grave, bought the headstone, and threw herself into it. And don't even get me started on the vibe she was giving off in that scene. Her hair was flawless, obviously, but the energy was purely toxic. She's playing the victim so hard I almost pulled a muscle rolling my eyes. But wait, it gets so much worse. Because Victor Newman, the absolute terrifying, mustache-twirling mastermind of this entire universe, has a gift for our favorite redheaded disaster. A gift from Victor Newman. Let that sink in for a minute. Victor never gives anyone anything unless it is completely laced with poison, invisible strings, and a 20-page legal contract signing away your immortal soul. I am literally vibrating from the suspense. What on earth could this gift be? I am calling it right now. He is probably going to hand her the literal dusty, burnt to a crisp ruins of Arabesque just to rub salt in the incredibly fresh wound. Imagine Victor standing there, his aura completely terrifying, handing Phyllis a literal box of ash and telling her to rebuild her pathetic life. It is absolute cinematic mayhem, and I am entirely here for it. Phyllis really, genuinely needs to question this gift, because if she just accepts it blindly, she is even more unhinged than I originally thought. Victor's gifts are basically Trojan horses filled with massive lawsuits and generational emotional damage. I am so deeply invested in this specific interaction that I feel like I am physically in the room with them, side-eyeing the absolute life out of both of them. Did I mention how much I love and hate this dynamic? Because I do. It's sickening. It's brilliant. I am entirely unwell. If she opens that box, and it's just a piece of paper that says, "You lose, love Victor," I will actually pass out on my kitchen floor. Okay, wait. I need to take a massive deep breath because we are pivoting to something so incredibly dark, and I am genuinely spiraling over the choices being made here. Nick Newman, poor, sweet, deeply traumatized Nick Newman, is currently fighting for his actual life, struggling so hard with his addiction after the absolute horror show that went down in that abandoned gas station in Vegas. Being tied up and drugged by Matt Clark has completely broken him, and my heart is literally shattering into a million pieces. Nick is trying to deal with this, but he is completely in denial about how bad it really is. He is going to Nikki for help, and going to meetings is great. We love a supportive mother-son moment, but Bestie needs real, intensive, professional medical treatment right now. Nikki is trying her best to be there for him, but let's be real. Nikki is currently hiding the most radioactive secret in the history of the world, that Matt Clark, the man who literally tortured her son, is actually her biological son. How is she supposed to be Nick's rock when she is secretly harboring the identity of his tormentor turned half-brother? I am literally sweating just thinking about the psychological warfare happening in that family right now. Nick is leaning on his mom, completely unaware that his mom is the mother of the monster who pushed him into this chemical dependency in the first place. The stakes are astronomical, and I am watching this through my fingers like a terrifying psychological thriller. And speaking of the monster, you guys, I cannot even formulate a proper sentence because of the absolute absurdity of what is happening at the Newman Ranch. Matt Clark, yes, the exact same Matt Clark who orchestrated the entire Vegas kidnapping, the same Matt who is suddenly suffering from amnesia and crying about his past sins, is currently running errands for Victor Newman. Running errands for Victor. I am deceased. Bury me right now. Victor knows that Matt is Nikki's secret son. He is plotting some massive, biblical punishment for them both. And in the meantime, he has this former terrorist picking up his dry cleaning and doing chores around the estate. I am genuinely losing my grip on reality. Nick is looking at his father like Victor has completely lost his mind. And honestly, Nick is 100% right. Nick thinks Victor is straight up crazy for keeping Matt at the ranch. Like, hey Dad, remember when this guy tied me up in a garage and pumped my veins full of illegal substances? Why is he watering the hydrangeas in the backyard? The friction this is causing between Nick and Victor is off the charts. Nick is already spiraling into addiction, and now he has to look out the living room window and see his abuser doing yard work for his billionaire father. It's a psychological masterpiece of cruelty, and Victor is orchestrating every single second of it with a straight face. I'm calling it the villain arc is about to go nuclear. What if Matt Clark becomes Victor's next right-hand man? What if Victor uses Matt to completely replace Nick and Adam just to punish Nikki for keeping the secret from him. My brain is literally buffering at the thought of it. Nick is going to absolutely lose whatever is left of his fragile mind. And let's talk about Nick's addiction storyline for a second, because we all know exactly how soap operas work. They are going to give him one of those miraculous overnight recoveries. It's going to be like, oh, I went to 3 meetings, talked to my mom for 10 minutes, and drank a green smoothie. I am completely cured of my severe chemical dependency. It is so deeply unrealistic. But honestly, nothing in this town is realistic, and I am just along for the chaotic ride. I am literally hyperventilating right now. The sheer audacity of every single person in Genoa City is going to put me in an early grave. From Billy screaming at Lily for absolutely no logical reason, to Stephanie girlbossing her way to the top of a hospital that probably violates 100 health codes, to Phyllis crying over a stolen company, while Victor hands her a box of doom, to Victor forcing his wife's secret son to do his chores, while his other son spirals into addiction. I cannot. This situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I am going to need 3 to 5 business days to recover from this episode alone, manifesting a total dumpster fire by tomorrow's update. I love you guys. Stay unhinged.